when I switched it to the Flyer, it felt like I could just.
Oh, it was a whole nother animal.
The turns were just awesome.
It was a whole. How's it going, YouTube? This is Levi from Bayfoils, and today we have a special video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Efoil Solutions' new wing adapter and shim sets. So this is a brand new product that just got released from our friends over at Efoil Solutions. They make a lot of third-party accessories and customization options for both Fliteboard and lift and waydoo. And what we got here is a new adapter that they just released like last week. These adapters allow you to take your Fliteboard and either put a Sabfoil wing or an axis wing on it. This is really cool because this allows you to use existing wings that you might already have for foil surfing or wing foiling and put them on your Fliteboard. Super cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any wings right now to test these out, but we're gonna open it up, take a look at how it mounts, and put it on a Fliteboard and just see the fitment and just check it out. We also got sent a set of negative shims. These are really cool. There's a front wing shim set and a rear wing shim set. We're gonna test those out later in this video and see what they do on a couple different wing sets. As usual, please like and subscribe. The more likes and subscriptions we get off of each video shows the algorithm that people out there like e-foiling content. These shims are supposed to reduce the amount of downward force that your stabilizer is providing and make it so that the rider has more control over that down back force needed to turn and keep the board level. Sounds cool on paper, because as a surfer, the hardest thing for me when I first started e-foiling was just how much front foot pressure I really had to use. I felt more comfortable leaning back like a surf when I'm surfing, but ultimately that's not the best for e-foiling. So it sounds like with these shims, we can adapt how the e-foil rides to feel much more like a surfboard or a snowboard. Sounds really cool, especially if, you have limited foiling experience and really just want to have it feel much more like your surfboard. If foiling is kind of just like the side project to your main discipline, surfing or snowboarding, these shims can really get you more of that feel during your off season. I know for me, I don't really surf much in the summer. I e-foil more, and it does help me keep my chops up. But I can tell when I foil too much, my surfing suffers, and when I surf too much, my foiling suffers. So it's hard to find the right balance. So it'll be really interesting to see if these shims really do get us more of that surfboard, snowboard-like feeling. So ideally what these shims are designed to do is decrease the amount of downward stabilizing force your stabilizer is providing, so that requires the rider to then shift their weight back to increase the down force on the tail. So these shims are designed to take away some of the stabilizing effect that the equipment does and put it back on to the rider's control, if you will. So I'm as a very experienced rider and surfer, I'm really excited to try out some of these shims to see if they really do force you to put your foot further back towards the tail and give you more control. They recommend to start with the one shim and shim the front wing too. So shimming the front wing helps reduce the amount of drag that's created by offsetting just the stabilizer tail. So you offset them, both the front wing and the stabilizer, in the same direction so that you have both wings kind of oriented in the same way to reduce some of those drag forces. sounds about right if we were to think about it from a physics problem. So let's get these all set up on some boards and get some actual ride data. It's our turn for the negative shims.
All right. Do we do it with beers or no? Probably not.
Well, that was interesting.
At first, with the first 1100, it felt you almost were in a poop stance.
It was
But
not the way.
I mean, I don't really love the flow to begin with.
See, I'm all about the flow. The flow is my jam. I love doing the wingtip breach turns. I love really just like doing all those tricks and shit. But I like when I'm riding, I just shoulder width apart. I'm not a big like freaking gecko stand.
I felt myself as I came up, like to really get the board out of the water, I had to have a big stance. But then
Really wide.
when I switched it to the flyer, it felt like I could just.
Oh, it was a whole nother
The
animal.
turns were just awesome.
It was a whole. So, negative shims with the flows, not kind of fun. Negative shim with the Flyer 800, and you gotta try it. Don't just listen to us. Go to efoilsolutions.com, order the negative shim set, and you will be, if you are a fan of the Flyer with the Flow 245 stabilizer, like, treat yourself. I think they're like $30 for the set.
It was a blast. And
Complete game changer.
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and we'll see you the next time.
Shitty.